None of us were ready to sleep. Yash and Yogi started a fire to heat the meager remains of our food supply. Zopa explained that the cave was used by Buddhists for meditation. He called it a llama roost. Jack was eager to review the footage of us climbing Hkakabo Razi. The cold had compromised his battery packs. He was afraid that if he didn't use them, they would be dead by morning, and he'd have to wait until he got back to the States to see what he had gotten. Initially, I had been completely against filming our climb, but I had changed my mind because of Josh. He needed Jack's documentary for his reputation and business, Peak Experience, not named after me. Zopa said that he didn't want to watch the footage because he had already walked every foot of the climb. He found a ledge in the corner of the cave, folded himself into a lotus position, then closed his eyes in meditation, or maybe sleep. With Zopa, you never know. We sat around Jack's tablet as we ate rice and drank tea, watching ourselves climb. Most of the footage had been taken with a drone. The elevated wide-angle shots made the climb look more difficult and dangerous than it actually was. But we'd had our moments. My moment was being buried alive by an avalanche, which Jack played back for us in slow motion. We had a bird's-eye view of the snow and ice sweeping down the mountainside like a frozen tsunami and the frantic search for me beneath the debris. My teammates' panic was nothing compared to mine as I tried to dig my way out of the icy grave with my friend Ethan's spoon. I'm sure this horrible memory has something to do with my waking up in the cave with claustrophobia and a sense of smothering dread. The hardest part of the climb was getting to the mountain, long before Zopa, Josh, Jack, Yogi, and Yash joined me. It took Alessia, Ethan, and me weeks to get through the rainforest, none of which was going to appear in Josh and Jack's documentary. But that's the way it usually is with climbing documentaries. Suddenly, the intrepid, brave climbers appear on the mountain out of nowhere, as if God dropped them from the sky. From my experience, getting to the mountain is more interesting than climbing it. On the way to Hkakabo Razi, Alessia came down with malaria. I thought she was going to die. We got lost. We hired a homicidal elephant handler, or mahout, and his temporarily insane elephant to haul our gear. We were rescued by an Australian botanist. We met a precious gemstone dealer named Chin, whom Zopa had saved from an avalanche decades earlier. We were arrested by the Burmese military. And then things really got bad. The mad mahout shot Ethan in the head with a slingshot. Our new friend Chin flew Ethan and Alessia to Yangon in his helicopter, where Ethan underwent emergency brain surgery. Not that brain surgery isn't always an emergency. I had tried to check in with Alessia several times during our descent into Tibet, without any luck. I tried to call again last night when we reached the cave, but I couldn't get a signal, and there was very little juice in the sat phone. I just hope Ethan isn't dead. No climb is worth the death of a friend. I don't know what I would do if Ethan has... Smoke. What's happening? I nearly fell off the ledge. Josh had come up behind me without a sound. Sorry, Josh said, laughing. I should have cleared my throat or coughed or spit or something. It would be a shame to lose you after the climb is over. He sat down next to me. I closed my journal. Your mom tells me you're a pretty good writer. I shrugged. Josh smiled. Don't go all Zopa on me. I laughed. I'm not that good of a writer. Maybe someday. I couldn't sleep. Thought I'd catch up on my journal. Josh reached into his pocket and pulled out a small digital recorder. This is how I keep my journal. He handed it to me. The battery indicator was full. This is the only gizmo we have that has juice. I haven't had much chance to use it here, but there's plenty of ramblings on it from my 7 Summits try. It wasn't a try. He had smashed the world record for topping the highest peaks on all 7 continents before showing up to climb Hkakabo Razi with me. I think one of the reasons he had climbed with me after that exhausting task was to confess his biggest secret. My dad